I've been living in a different reality in the past few days. I've had a complete shift in my life. I've always been someone who has cherished a relatively free life, and my life, for the most part, has been free, or at least I've tried my best to keep it that way. I've even steered away from the idea of a 9 to 5 because the fact that I would be trapped in a particular lifestyle throughout, prolonged, scared me for the longest time. But now I'm living in a reality which is more than even a 9 to 5. I wake up usually at around 6, maybe 5:45. I come to the hospital at around 6:15 maybe, and I go back home at around 10:30. Yeah. And every other day I'm on call. Some days it's 2 days on call in a stretch. So I have to be in the hospital, and some days I don't get sleep. I mean, this is not just me. Every kind of internet show goes through a period like this. And I'm sure there are some people who have it even tougher. But for me, personally, it's been almost a month and I find it extremely tough. One is because of my attachment, I think, to just being free and relaxing. Money used to be a constraint in the past few months for me, but now I feel like I have enough money, even though I don't have much. It's more of an abundance of time which I wish I had, which I kind of am attached to. The fact that all your time is taken away from you and you're forced to do a particular thing is kind of draining. But it's only draining because I'm attached to the fact that I don't have, that I'm attached to the fact that I want time for myself. I'm attached to the fact that I want time to spend by myself. So when that is taken away from me, I instantly have resistance to the moment. I instantly have resistance to the fact that I'm working full time with no breaks. It's problematic because it is still an attachment, and that kind of dukkha also arises from that attachment. In Dasasanyojana, this is more of a more subtle kind of attachment, something which goes along the Ruparaga, Aruparaga aspect, because it's a subtle one, yeah? It's not like you're attached to an ice cream or a girlfriend or something like that. You're attached to just being, just spending time, just laying back, just relaxing a little bit. And although that seems lovely, that in itself is keeping you from joy. That's keeping you from happiness. What you think is happiness, which is free time and all, in itself is what is kind of your doom, is in itself what is keeping you unhappy. And that's a hard one, I think, even for spiritual people to kind of grasp, because in spirituality we always treasure free time. Even if you take the monk, even if you take like a forest monk or someone like that, they have a lot of free time. And because they have a lot of free time, it's easy, I also feel like, to attach to that and be in that, especially when you're living in a lifestyle which kind of supports that. I also think it's a good karmasthana when you're pushed into a lifestyle where you do not have free time. It's only then you realize how much you are attached to it, because it's directly proportional, yeah, how much your experience in dukkha is directly proportional to how strong your attachment is. So I would say that is one main reason that I find this time tough. The fact that for the first time in my life, I'm thrust to an environment where I have to constantly be working in not something I particularly enjoy. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either, you know. The other thing, the other attachment which I've noticed is, well, I have learned a couple of lessons and I would like to share all of these. One other lesson